This is a basic chevron stitch. You can see the wave. It has valleys and peaks. The important thing about this design is to always balance your valleys and your peaks. In this particular design, it's very basic. I'm going to be uniting or decreasing 3 double crochets at the bottom, so I have to increase 3 double crochets at the top. Now some designs are different. Maybe you'll unite 5 and increase 5, or maybe you'll unite 2, chain 1, then unite 2, and that will have to be balanced at the top by increasing 2, chain 1, increasing 2. So whatever the design is at the bottom, it will be duplicated on the top. A decrease and an increase will be balancing, so you can get the chevron design. This one, again, is a very basic one with a decrease of 3 and an increase of 3. But now you're probably wondering, how do you go from a straight foundation chain to create that rippled effect? Now for this design, it's 12 plus 1, which means I have to have a 12 chains divisible by 12 plus 1. So I'm starting out with 25. I've chained my 25. I'm now at the very last chain here, and now because I'm working in double crochets, I'm going to chain 3 for that first double crochet, and in that same last chain I'm going to make a double crochet. So each end and beginning of this pattern will end and begin with 2 double crochets in the last stitch. And of course, when you're beginning the row, you're going to have to do a chain 3 for that first double crochet, and then make another double crochet in that same space. For this one, the sides are 4 double crochets. So I'm now going to proceed to just make 4 double crochets, and this was going to be my side. Again, each pattern will have it differently, so their number of side stitch will differ, the decrease and increase will differ, so therefore the number of the basic, like this one was 12, it had to be divisible by 12, theirs will be a different number. So I've done my chain, I've done my side stitch of 4 double crochets. Now I'm doing a valley. So I'm going to decrease. I'm doing my yarn over, and I'm beginning a double crochet in the next chain. I pull it up, yarn over, pull it through 2, which is a half of a double crochet, but I'm not going to finish it now. I'm going to continue with the yarn over, go into the next space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through only 2. So I've got another half of a double crochet. And as I said, in this pattern I'm doing 3. I'm decreasing 3. So I'm going again into the next one, pulling up and making another half double crochet. So I've done my 3 half double crochets in those 3 chains, yarn over, pull it through all the loops on the hook. So that is my bottom point. Now I'm going to work up another side, so I'm doing 4 double crochets up this side. Get this out of the way. Whoops, I got caught. Let me do that again. So I've gotten my 4 double crochets going up this side, and now I'm going to do my increase. I'm up at the peak top. So my increase, since I decreased the 3 at the bottom, my next stitch here is going to have 3 double crochets in it. So that's 3 double crochets in that same chain. And that's going to be my top. or the peak of my chevron design. Now I'm working down the other side. I'm doing again my 4 double crochets. You can make a lot of very nice designs with this type of a pattern, and it's also excellent for using up your scrap yarn. You can make various stripes and create a beautiful, very unique scrap yarn, baby blanket or Afghan. So now I've done my 4 for this side, and I'm back to my decrease. So I'm doing a double crochet, pulling it through 2 only, making that half double crochet, going in, and I'll do 1 more because I'm decreasing by 3. And now I do a yarn over and pull it through. Now I'm working down my side. Again with the 4 double crochets, working down my last side. And again, depending on how large you want or how long you want your baby blanket or Afghan, you chain a number that is divisible by 12 and then just add 1. So now I've got my final side, 4 double crochets, and in my last stitch I'm going to do 2 double crochets so it will match the beginning end, and each end will have 2 double crochets or a chain 3 and a double crochet. So when I pull this out, you can see we're beginning to have that chevron where you've got the peaks and the valleys forming. This is not a really steep one. Some of them can be very steep, especially if I would use 5 decreases and increases. That would make quite a sharp. This is more of a softer wave. But now you just continue working in the pattern. It's very easy. I'm going to chain 3, turn, put a double crochet again as we had in the beginning, and just continue working that same pattern with the decreases at the valley and in the increases in the point. You can work as many rows as you like to create a thick or thin stripe. Now I'm going to add another color, and the reason I'm doing that, I'm not going to do a knot and weave in the ends, but I just wanted to show you some different edgings you can do along your stripe. So I'm beginning with my chain 3, and when I turn it, I'm going to do a double crochet through both of the same, it's the same space, but I'm working through both of the loops. If I wanted to, I could just work in the front loop or the back loop, and it makes a little different edging. So right now I'm going to do through the top, same pattern, but I'm working through the top 2 loops, which is just what you've been doing all along. And you can see, and I'll show you in the other Afghan, the pattern it makes. Now say this is the back or the wrong side. I'm saying this is the wrong side and this other side is going to be my front side. Well, I can work now the entire pattern just working for this edge in the front loop only. So I'm going to do the decreases everything, just working in the front loop. And what's going to happen is you're going to start to see a border, a line dividing the patterns. And I could do the same thing instead if this was now, say I'm working and this is my front and I'm on the front side, I can choose to work in the back loop only, and that will keep that divider on the front side. And I can show you in this one that I've been working on that I'm doing that on the front. You can see let me change it around here. there's a dividing line, just a little border, a little raise, where I've worked either in the front or the back loop, keeping it all on this one side, or in this stripe, I've worked through both of the top ones. So it's just a little different. Here's the working only on the one loop, working only on the one loop, so it's making a little border along the stripe. And in this one, which is fine, you could work your whole afghan or baby blanket that way, working through the top two loops. So the color actually goes into the stripe and makes a little different edging for it. If you would like to see written instructions for how to do this or for a free pattern, go to free patterns at simpleandsensational.com.